I was a stricken deer that left the herd, long since, with many an arrow deep infixed. My panting side was charged when I withdrew to seek a tranquil death in distant shade. William Cowper, 1728. I remember the horror. Shiva and I were climbing a new alternative route to the far ridges when we came on it. Just beside the trail was a decapitated head of a young buck, new velvet unpromising antlers, tongue protruding, eyes opaque. At first I didn't trust my own eyes. Then the connection rejoined. My heart sank under my knees, and I began to ache. What sort of mind could think of doing this? Who lives among us? Weep for the souls of the deer and the men. The Colombian coastal black-tailed deer began his journey 13 million years ago above the Arctic Circle as a rabbit-sized mammal, with fangs, 5-toed feet, and no antlers. By the time it had migrated down to our latitude 4 million years ago, it looked a bit more like a deer. 3 million years ago, we had the blacktail. They were exceedingly important to Native Americans. Hides provided clothing, bedding, and shelter. Sinews were used for bowstrings and fish lines. Antlers and bone became arrowheads, needles, scrapers, and ornaments. The heads were decoys above chests and bellies painted white. William Clark of Lewis and Clark fame wrote on September 17, 1804, that Coulter killed a curious kind of deer. It was a blacktail. Then the killing began in earnest. The biggest predator now is the automobile. Cars and hunting kill about 400,000 black-tailed deer every year in North America. But the main cause is still winter starvation, accounting for 40 to 75% of first-year fawn deaths. Even the adults can't move through snow higher than 30 centimeters deep. Parasitic infections are the second most common cause of death, which kill the deer only when it is starving. One of the parasites is a brainworm. White people with English gardens cheer for the brainworms, the guns, and the automobiles. I, too, understand the frustration of seeing all one's efforts to bring beauty eaten while you sleep. I still remember sitting bolt upright with a bad feeling around 4 a.m. one early morning after we planted our first Pinot Noir. Grabbing only underwear, I ran downstairs and out the big old teak front doors, calling for Callie, our first dog. A brindled blur came careening around the corner, and we set off at full charge towards the vineyard. Both of us were barking, a head in the distance growing large.